The most valuable thing that you can do is ride the rocket ship that somebody else has already built and learn what it means to be in a rocket ship, how to manage a rocket ship, so that then once you help that person get to whatever their space destination is, that when you want to get your rocket on, they just hop on board. The way that I've built massive relationships in the world with billionaires, people that have founded some of the infrastructure of all cryptocurrency as we know it, down to the layer one, down to people that were literally mining Bitcoin for 20 cents, 30 cents. Make sure that the taxes that you pay are as minimum as possible so that you're not out here feeding this fucking crazy warmongering machine that most people are subject to, right? Which is another massive reason why I got the fuck out of the game and out of the system and went straight to investing, is because I started realizing I was still playing the rat race just at a bigger level. Understanding that on the other side, the ad that I was creating wasn't just designed to sell, but it was designed to convince people that what they were about to do was a good decision. And usually that comes from a place where you have, crowd like mentality, or you have this mob mentality, or you have this FOMO, or you have people reassuring or approving you. And usually it comes from situations. And I learned kind of how to put these things together with a book that I really recommend. It's called The Psychology of Persuasion. And in The Psychology of Persuasion, it talks about simple ideas that you can add in your copy, simple ideas that you can add in your interactions with customers that increase the likelihood of getting the outcome that you desire. And what people don't understand is that maybe the outcome that you desire initially isn't a sale. And when you can understand that the sale isn't the most important thing, but it's the person behind the sale, then you become unstoppable because you can resonate with your audience. And you can do that from a drop shipping level to a branded store level. You just need to understand human behavior, how people work, and that's it, right? You don't need a storefront, you don't need whatever, because the amount of business that I give to unbranded businesses that I don't even know, it's most of my business. I go to LA, I want to do an event for Capital Club. I call up some mumbo jumbo shop that I find like on Google that sells chairs. They don't have a social media presence. They don't have like a following or a community or a brand. They just have a service that I need. And if the service is good and it's quality, I'm going to use it again. Right. And it's in that interaction that you win and that you have an edge against your competitors. So yeah,
dude, that's incredible. There's a lot of things that you mentioned that I think even translate to, I'm sure what we'll get into the next step in your journey, NFTs, and even nurturing relationships with, higher valued people. Something I saw, for example, is that you're close with the Tan brothers, a couple legends in the e-commerce space. I think something you understand is leverage, and how to maximize your leverage in every single possible avenue, even in like comments of your ads. Like, people don't think about that. So my next question for you is, how did you go from this guy from Argentina hustling, making it to this certain level, and then now positioning yourself in a way where you are networking with some of the top people in the industry and, building these connections that are just building your leverage?
What I would say is you need to be valuable. Valuable people know what they want, and many times they're not going to ask for it. You just have to be willing to provide it. And most people don't understand that high tier relationships, if you want to do business with me, you don't just do business with me. There's a step, there's a process, there's a flow, there's things that I want to see, there's things that I ask my partners to do that determine whether you're a partner. Some of these relationships that I've nurtured them for 4 or 5 years. There's relationships that I've nurtured in business for a decade. And it comes from understanding that the people around you are more than just people that are supposed to give you things, or that they're supposed to somehow be a leverage for you in business. Many times the most valuable thing that you can do is ride the rocket ship that somebody else has already built and learn what it means to be in a rocket ship, how to manage a rocket ship, so that then once you help that person get to whatever their space destination is, that when you want to get your rocket on, they just hop on board. So the way that I've built massive relationships in the world with billionaires, people that have founded some of the infrastructure of all cryptocurrency as we know it, down to the layer one, down to people that were literally mining Bitcoin for 20 cents, 30 cents. was being able to provide value without them asking, and that value actually have a net positive outcome in their life that was so big that it was noticeable, and that I didn't have to talk, but that my presence alone made their life better. And when you're in a place like me where we are now, and you're making money and you have connections and you know how to build businesses and you know how to manage teams and you know how to run a corporate structure, you know how to make sure that the taxes that you pay are as minimum as possible so that you're not out here feeding this fucking crazy warmongering machine that most people are subject to, right? Which is another massive reason why I got the fuck out of the game and out of the system and went straight to investing, is because I started realizing I was still playing the rat race just at a bigger level, which is kind of my transition when I started leaving e-commerce, and was like, if I can't sell something that I want my customer to actually own, I'm not going to sell it.